Hi Stella, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good. So what brings you here today?
I'm just having a lot of frustration at work.
Okay, can you elaborate more on your frustration at work?
Well, I manage a team of 10 recovery coordinators, or kind of like counselors, and they're just not meeting their basic standard of expectations for the month. Like we have a billing standard, and we have a documentation standard, and then a chart compliance standard. And no one can meet the minimum, and I'm just feeling really frustrated about it.
Okay, and how can you get the team to go to meet those standards? What
Honestly,
can you do to get them?
I'm not really sure because I did that job for a long time and it wasn't that hard. You know, I was able to go above and beyond the standards. So I think I'm in a place like I just feel like people are being lazy.
Okay. Do you feel like you're saying that that it was easy for you,
Mm-hmm.
and are you feel like you're an overachiever?
No.
No, so they have enough time to do all this performance that they're required?
Well, based on my ability to do it, I feel like they do, yes.
What about the caseload? How big is the caseload?
It depends on the recovery coordinators. We have adult side and child side. Child side is about 40 and then adult side is about 80, which is actually really, really high.
Okay. So okay, yes, 80 seems high. What do you feel like they can do different to kind of get through the performance?
You know, I really try to keep it as simple as possible. Like keep it as simple as possible. You know, if you build service time, you know, 4 hours a day or 3 hours a day with your travel and your documentation time, you'll meet your standard every day. I always, you know, I even give suggestions on how to organize schedules, like what skills I use to stay organized and keep on top of everything. But it seems that people always have an excuse, and you know, I don't want to be hard on them. And they say, well, we're really stressed out. And I'm just like, I'm really effing stressed out too. And it's something I can't even control because I cannot make you do your job. And I don't want to fire people for not doing their job. So I'm just I feel like I'm in a spot where, you know, no matter what I do, I feel like I'm always screwed.
Okay. Well, I hear your frustration, and I hear you that if they don't meet their requirements, you can have repercussions on you.
I definitely can. Like my last evaluation was absolute crap because people were not performing to the minimum standard. I mean, I do have some staff that, you know, do their job very well, very effectively, on top of their game. But I think more than half of my staff are just like.
Do you feel like you have enough work, enough support, you personally, from like the higher ups, or do you feel like they're leaving you to just run the company or this agency, and here's some people and you deal with it, or how do you feel that they're?
Well, I don't have a lot of support from the higher ups. I mean, I'm kind of running a clinic. We don't have a director. We haven't had a consistent director since I've been at that clinic, so it'll be 3 years. And maybe when you point that out too, like I don't have support from my higher ups, but I should probably make sure that my team has my support.
Okay. Well, yes, that sounds like sounds like the higher ups should be stepping up more to support you. At the same time, I hear your expectations of your team.
Mm-hmm.
It's at a high standard, and based on your experience, it sounds like that they should be able to do the job that is required.
I feel like, yeah, they should be able to, and I'm not even saying like go above and beyond. I'm saying like just do the minimum. Like you don't have to be perfect. Like even like 85% like meeting the standard, I would be good, but everyone's like in the 60s and 70s, so it's kind of hard, and it's kind of hard to be empathetic towards people that I know are not working hard. Like, you know, like I have one staff getting her paycheck and she's doing an awesome job, and another staff getting the exact same paycheck and he's doing a crap job.
Okay. So what is the strengths of what do you see that the difference between the two workers? I hear that you say maybe one is it's lazy than the other one, but what do you feel is the one that is not performing to his ability lacking?
Well, I feel like they all have their own personal strengths. I feel like the person that's lacking, I think he's a little bit too over analytical, and he has to like dissect everything, and it takes him like twice as long to do one task as it take anyone else.
Okay, so how do you what do you think it will make him be faster at dissecting or just be less analytical and more, I guess in this case, more proactive, more productive and
I'm not sure. I think his natural personality is he's analytical, but I'm honestly I don't know, to be perfectly honest. I'm not even sure what to do with them. I know that since we've changed our performance evaluations, it's quarterly now, so everybody kind of gets like a nice painted pictures of their performance every 3 months. And I think that could be motivating to somebody, especially when they know they're not doing well, but they have 3 months from that point to make, some improvements, so it reflects on paper.
do you feel like they're that they understand their task of their job?
I mean, I would hope that they would. A lot of our staff, they've been with the company for, a couple of years, and I always tell them if they have any questions or need clarification or just help, to come to me. And I try to be very proactive in helping, doing like little things that I can. I can't help everybody all the time, but if I see that you're struggling or if I see if you need to make your job a little bit easier, like I'll try to do that. But at the same time, if I'm helping you and you're not performing well, like why am I going to help you?
Okay, you hear that you have expressed you have allowed yourself to give to help them out. Like you extended your help, and if they feel like they're performing, if they're not performing at this, you try to help them out.
Yes.
So do you meet with your staff weekly, daily, or how's your?
Honestly, it kind of depends. My schedule has been really crazy at work. Like, I don't have a director, so I'm doing that job basically. And then I have 3 new hires, so they're still in training. So while I'm trying to do my job, and then any other thing that comes along, and then monitoring 3 other staff pretty closely. I do try to meet with my staff at least every 2 weeks on an individual basis. A lot of the staff will just come in my office if they don't want to talk. But I feel like the ones that are really struggling I feel like they want to avoid me because I have to address like when they're underperforming, and that feels like crap to them. I get that. But at the end of the day, like we're a business, and if you're not doing your job, we're not making money to function and to grow as an agency. So I guess there's 2 sides to it. Like I have to always address any kind of underperformance, which feels like disciplinary. But at the same time, I really do try to focus on people's strengths, and I try to help where I can when I can.
Okay, I hear you're saying that the people that are performing, or they kind of feel comfortable coming to you, and the ones that are underperforming, they try to avoid you.
Yeah.
What do you think what do you think it helps makes the ones that are performing, why they're feeling comfortable? Is it because they've been at the job longer than the others, or?
I think that they just know that they're doing their job well, so they know that whenever they come to me, I'm not going to have something that they're going to have to fix, as opposed to the other ones that aren't performing well. Whenever they come to my office, off the bat, like boom, like, hey, you didn't meet this standard, you didn't meet this standard, like what can you do differently in the next couple of weeks to come closer?
Have there been like an approach for those that aren't underperforming of pointing out any positives when they do something positive?
Definitely, I try to see everybody's strengths, but it doesn't. I mean, I understand that's really important, and I think it's important to like keep my staff motivated and be their cheerleader. But I'm being pressured by my management that if they're not meeting the standard, then you need to write them up. And then I'm like trying not to write them up because I feel like they're gonna feel like crap. Not why are you gonna do your job if you're just gonna write me up? So.
Okay. Well, let me back up and talk about. I hear your frustration loud and clear. I hear how you're feeling frustrated because of your staff, but also I hear you that there's some fear that if the impact of their performance is a reflection of you and the higher ups' expectations.
Mm-hmm.
So what can you do to balance what do you think you can do to balance the two, to please your higher ups, but at the same time be able to support your staff?
I feel like team building is really good, and I don't think I've actually done enough of that. And that's always kind of taken a back burner because I'm trying to meet all the other demands that are put on by my upper management. I think team building, studies show that if your staff is happy, they are more productive. So that's something that I really actually need to work on. With upper management, all I can do is do what they tell me to do, and I don't have any choice in there. But I always tell my team hey, I like to keep upper management out of our office. I don't want their faces there. So I always tell my team hey, let's perform to the minimum standards. So we don't have to see anybody's faces in the next couple of weeks. But I think team building is a good one, and then the positivity sandwich where you something good and then you kind of address the improvement or lack of performance, and then something positive. So they come in something positive and then leave with something positive because they probably will want to come in if I have something positive to say. They always know that. So that's probably a good one way at least.
Well, I hear that you kind of thinking of a solution,
Mm-hmm.
or the team building. Do you feel that there's the underperform, focusing on the underperformance, to attract them to talk to you? How would you feel that approach could happen?
Well, I meet with my teams once every week in a treatment team setting, and I always tell them the door's always open, and that they can always come and talk with me if they need to. And a couple of the ones that are underperforming have come to me and said, this is what's going on, and I'm having a really hard time here, and I try to give ideas here and there. I guess I just want everybody to be successful, I think, and I feel like it's a very frustrating, especially when I know people are able. Maybe that's where the frustration lies. It's it's like having your straight A student, or your kid does all this homework and then he doesn't turn it in and he fails his class. He's capable of performing well and he did his work, he just didn't follow all the steps to get that A. So maybe I think that's where the frustration actually lies.
Okay. Yeah, it's like that you mean well for your company, and you mean well for your staff.
Yes.
But how does that make you feel as in terms of yourself on a daily basis? Because I hear a lot of frustration, even explaining
Mm-hmm.
how you feel like it can get done, and it can easily get done. But what can you do to yourself to kind of not feel so frustrated?
I feel like I'm always going to feel frustrated because nothing's going to be the way I want it all the time. I try not to let my frustration come out in the office. I don't want people to think I'm just pissed off all the time. So I just take it home. No, I talk with my boyfriend and stuff. I really try to stay positive, I always say 8 to 5, whatever you accomplished that day, you did it. And I always tell my staff that too, just bring it back to simplicity.
Okay.
you know, and I have outlets too. If I go home and it's a really stressful day, like I'll get on my elliptical or have a punching bag. So if I need to like really release energy, and I try not to go to the office upset. And I know my boundaries, and so if I'm like having a day, I won't go to the office because I don't want to be in a position where I could like, you know, lose it on somebody. So.
Okay, I hear that you're also aware of like you explained the frustration at the office, but also I hear you you have your own coping mechanisms that you use. You say you're working out the elliptical or just not showing the frustration. What do you think it's will make the balance even more level with work and with your staff getting the performance that they need, and you not feeling excuse me, not feeling overwhelmed all the time? How do you feel like the balance, how do you feel that it can balance even where
I just feel like it's not gonna be balanced just based on the demands of that week or that day. I feel like I'm always gonna have stress and I'm gonna feel overwhelmed. But I think just trying to keep my attention on one thing at a time and just accomplish that and then move on to the next one.
okay, keeping one thing at a time and as a day to day. Have do you feel like your staff will understand that?
I think for the most part, they're pretty, because my door is always open, but they know when it's closed, like I have to get stuff done, and they're really respectful of that, so yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like you found that you have an idea of the balance that you can work on to encourage your staff to just do their whatever they can on the day, and also take a day to do their tasks day to day, and also with yourself. It sounds like you have a coping mechanism that works for you outside of work,
Yeah.
and that you don't not gonna take that frustration home. And speaking with your boyfriend, working out, and also like you're saying, 8 to 5 is where work stops, and your life begins.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you that you have that figured out. So I would like to meet with you next week and tell me if anything has been different. Talking to your staff about if if anything has changed on the day-to-day basis on the one task at a day.
Okay.
Okay.
We can do that.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.